You cannot go without this book, and let me explain why. Voices of the Diaspora, written by Knowledge Born Allah, takes you through countless and countless different blacks. From our scholars, our warriors, our great sisters, and even entrepreneurs. It speaks to the past, the present, and the future. There's even an action plan for us that are serious about businesses that we wanted to take on. Entrepreneurship is one of the first things that he speaks about. And if you're an avid reader, this is a 5-part series. So this is not only a great resource for ourselves, it's a great resource for us as parents. We can teach it and incorporate it into our lesson plans for our children.
Introduce yourself, let them know what it's about.
Okay.
What you represent.
I'm Ramona Africa, Minister of Communication for the MOVE organization. I am the sole adult survivor of the May 13th, 1985 government bombing and murder of my family. I am a representative of the International Concerned Family Friends of Mumia. I'm a former political prisoner. I did 7 years in prison for surviving that massacre. But most importantly, I am a revolutionary disciple of John African, MOVE's founder. And I don't hesitate or back up or apologize for saying I am a revolutionary.
This time I follow the star. This time I follow the star. This time I follow the star. This time.
Nah, I ain't got a lot of views or a bunch of fake followers. That's not the move. But from the solid type, I'm approved. That's for who I'm comfortable. What I got to prove. Zach tried to warn me. Most were not before me. Won't like it or post a comment, but they watch a story. Might be yanking sleep, but they eyes beyond me. Won't believe till I'm on that podcast with Nori. Or Flash TV, next to Lazada BP. Envy ran me like See the God and Angela Yee. And got a nerve to tell me keep working. Like I don't know, they hope I fool. Keep lurking. Created my own wave, keep surfing. Spitting pain is a layup like G. Gervin. Big play for lyricism returning. So many accolades, P earned them. I came to set it, tell them lay embedded. Just have my money straight, I ain't taking debit. They ain't gotta like me long as they respect it. And the ones that fronted on me know that they regret it. I'm making way more noise than they expected. Control the game while they the contestants. Legendary King P's, and I'm here to make it great for MCs. Again, I chose to make a lane before I played the game. So never in jeopardy to gain a name. I knew the sun would shine for all the days of rain. I wish everybody would. Can y'all say the same? Unify, die. Let's build each other up instead of crucify. Unify, die. The best is yet to come. Follow the sign. Some just had the skill and some don't. Some will and some won't. But who am I to judge? Well respected and connected, making moves without a plug. Westbrook flows and boots, I drop a triple dub. They hoping I lose, but they know how I move. Stand on my lonely, letting nothing hold me, showing I prove. Shine bright, me and this mic tight like Smokey and Q. Stick together, these peasants don't want no smoke, keep it cool. Please advise them, stop imitating, I see them jotting. City on my back in this way and I need no proxing. Lame taking they stuff, no need to mop them. Ain't fading PZ, ACDC, I keep it rocking. Grew up in the time when they was junior black mobbing. I was on the stoop wildin', bumping Coochie rap album. For the rise, I see it vivid. Off the top, no need to script it. On my grind of reaching ticket planes and stopping me, forget it. Jewel dropper, solid as a rock, I move proper. Got true honor, my word is my bond. Superb with wordplay, I ain't got a curse when I rhyme. None before me, none to come. First of my kind, can't spin me with a 360. Put way too many hours in. Time to strip in the city. Babies need empowerment. Herpes staying bottled in. Murder rate towering. The game been in need of relief. Is you following? I chose to make a lane before I played the game. So never in jeopardy to gain a name. I knew the sun would shine for all the days of rain. I wish everybody would. Can y'all say the same? Unify, die. Let's build each other up instead of crucify. Unify, die. The best is yet to come. Follow the signs.
Peace and Black Power family. Welcome to another episode through Knowledge Radio. Place where knowledge is born. It's your host, Knowledge Born Alive. Welcome to Self-Care Sundays, right here on Through Knowledge Radio. And on this final Sunday in the Cultural Shift series, we are turning our attention to the crucial topic and research topic that we're dealing with today. How do we balance the work of activism with our personal being? And before we get into that, what's the Diaspora ebook series being inspired by the stories of visionaries that shape the future and honoring our past? A million voices, one global story. Get your bundle today. www.youtube.com, right? So yes, here, Self-Care Sunday, last Sunday in the Cultural Shift series. All right. So again, the research question that we're dealing with: how do we balance the work of activism with our personal well-being? Many of us pour our hearts into social change, working relentlessly to uplift our communities, but this work can be demanding physically, emotionally, and spiritually. We don't take care of ourselves. We risk burnout and diminish our effectiveness. Let me read that one more time. Let me say that one more time. Let's go over that one more time. If we don't take care of ourselves, we risk burnout and diminish our effectiveness. Let's get into some strategies to ensure we remain both strong in the fight and whole within ourselves. So we're going to be dealing with these two aspects today: strong in the fight and whole within ourselves. Let's get into it. Recognizing signs of burnout. Let me tell you, burnout is real. Okay? Burnout is real. You could be burning the wick at both ends, understand, and not even know it. I'll tell you how it shows up. Shows up as chronic fatigue, irritability, feelings of hopelessness, or a sense that your efforts aren't making a difference. So we're talking about the space of activism. We're thinking of activism from community activism to personal activism and advocacy. So goal attainment is personal advocacy and personal activism. You're looking to accomplish a goal or a task or aim or objective. That's personal activism. The collective will benefit from that goal attainment, though. So recognizing those spaces of burnout, and we're going to deal with some things in regards to that. I know personally, Through Knowledge Radio has been around now a decade, and burnout was real. There was a time where I had to back away from doing broadcasts and interviews and all kinds of stuff. It was on 7 days a week and had to, back away. Had to back away. For 9 months, I didn't do a broadcast. You wouldn't believe it. You wouldn't know it, but it was about 9 months I didn't do a broadcast. And I happened to be on with our family, Sister Keisha, and they had Straight Black Talk at the time. And I was on with my brother, the son of our African Retribution Minister of Information, our ancestral Minister of Information, Baba Steve Coakley Sr., peace and blessings be upon him and his royal family, with his son, Steve Coakley Jr. promoting an initiative that he has going on with the Black Think Tank in Ghana and so many other opportunities out there. And someone during that broadcast was like, your knowledge was good with the platform, was good with the show, man. I ain't heard the show in a minute, da 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 da. And I took that as a catalyst to come back out. Where I blog talk at that particular time, transitioned from blog talk only to YouTube, and we've been here on YouTube ever since. So burnout is real. On the path to goal attainment, if we aren't properly managing ourselves and our well-being and overly committing in aspects and not dealing in space that is equitable or dealing in space of equality, equality is still equal in all things. So if we aren't dealing with that from that perspective, we will achieve burnout. Okay. So goal attainment can bring social rewards and personal fulfillment, but also stress, especially when confronting heavy issues. Key awareness is to be able to spot when your energy levels are dipping or depleting. We got to be honest with ourselves. Have you ever felt disconnected from a cause you once loved? Do you find yourself constantly anxious or overwhelmed? These are signs that might be time to pause, breathe, and recharge. All right, let's get into some self-care practice. Self-care isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. Let's talk about some of the practices that fit this goal-oriented activist lifestyle. Mindful meditation. Mindful meditation. Start the day with a quiet reflection of gratitude, mindfully, to ground your mindset. Physical wellness, whether it's yoga, running, stretching, whatever you do, Tai Chi, Qigong, any of the martial sciences, any of the martial disciplines, calisthenics, running, whatever it is, your physical well-being has to be a priority as well. Creative outlets. Express your emotions through art, music, writing. Activism is powerful, but it can leave us emotionally exposed. Create hobbies that can help us, help you and me process. One of the takeaways from the Black Panther Party for Self-Defense and many of our historians is they wrote books. They wrote books. The last poets gave us poetry, still giving us poetry right now. So books, poetry, music, art, science, whatever that realm of your delivery, where your creative outlet is there, allow that to be fuel to show your activism in another way. Lastly, digital boundaries. Sometimes guys step away from what I'm doing right now here on social media and this barrage of improper propaganda. Have yourself caught up in the mix. Okay? Have yourself caught up in the mix. So again, mindful meditation, taking care of your physical well-being, finding creative outlets, and setting those boundaries digitally. Now, let's go from setting boundaries digitally to setting boundaries and managing time physically. All right? As activists, it's easy to feel we must always be on, okay? On go, ready to respond to every issue. But the urgency can deplete us, and setting boundaries are essential. Some had to learn the hard way, and many of us had to learn the hard way. So one thing, create a schedule, right? If it's real for you, if it's a priority for you, it will be on your schedule. Allocate the time and be realistic about the time that you can dedicate to whatever the cause is or whatever goal you're looking to set. Be honest. Do a true self-assessment. All right. I had to schedule breaks. I had to write a break. I had to write a break on the schedule. You know what I'm saying? Like I had to learn how to rest learn how to make time for a family, and learn how to make time for personal interests. One of those things from that X movie, not too fond of it, but uh, Angela Bassett was talking to Denzel Washington, and the personages are Dr. Betty Shabazz in the house, Malik El Shabazz, brother Wally. She asked him a question while they were going through a museum, said that, I'm paraphrasing, you know, what they did in between doing this or that. Said they ate. So it was a personification of the wellness aspect that Dr. Betty Shabazz, peace and blessings be upon him, may Allah be pleased with her care and concern for his well being before they were even in courtship. She was there with a watchful eye from a holistic perspective, and he was there with a watchful eye for her from a holistic perspective. So they were there guarding each other's well being at the same time, one to another. So creating a schedule. Second thing is learn to say no. You can't show up for everything. Can't be everywhere. Focus your impact where it's the strongest, most optimally. It's okay to say no. I promise. If they love you, they'll understand. If they don't, then hey, whatever that is going to go on with or without you. You only have one you. So you can say no respectfully or however you need to say it. However you need to say it to yourself and say no without having the angst that tugs at your spirit that has you feeling conflicted about saying no. Let your yes be yes and let your no be no. And last point on this is prioritizing tasks. Now, all urgent matters are equally important. Decide what issues align most and closely with your mission and invest your energy there. One of my late guides, he said to me, you see me running around all over the place. He said, you can only be real good at one thing at one time. And he shared that wisdom. He told me you can only devote your energy to one particular thing at one time. Your total being, the level of commitment, and he said it, and it was a Jew. It's a Jew. So prioritizing tasks in matters of importance, aligning with the space within you that you could commit properly to. It's a decision to decide which aligns most and closely with you and your ability to be able to be there, and that's where you commit. All right. All right, let's talk about rest and rejuvenation. Rest is a revolutionary act. Rest is a revolutionary act. Rest is a revolutionary act. In this family business that wants us exhausted and distracted, taking the time to sleep, meditate, or simply be still is essential. When we recharge, we come back clearer, stronger, and more creative. Remember, we can't pour from an empty cup. So let's build some periods of rest into our routine. Maybe that's a daily power nap, an unplugged weekend once a month, short vacation if possible, something. If rest feels indulgent, remind yourself that activism is a marathon, not a sprint, and you deserve spaces to breathe. So, in the spaces of activism, you can replace it with goal attainment. whatever your goal, your aim, and objective is. All right. Last segment, the power of building supportive networks, support circles, your elders, your guides, your peer group, your family. Look in the space of sacred spaces, safe spaces. And let's look at the space of shared resources, collaboration. Align yourself with those who align with your goals, aims, objectives, principles. The stories that you find in those circles are of tremendous value. So in regards to guides, your elders, they say when the elder transitions, it's as if a library is burnt to the ground. Get around your elders. Listen to the stories. Ask questions. Share resources. Collaborate. 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 Pull your resources, your knowledge resources, your economic resources, your financial resources, your skills bank. Many hands make light work. And finally, sacred spaces. Sacred spaces. They call them safe spaces nowadays, but ain't nothing safe about life. Life is very dangerous. So need some sacred spaces. You appreciate them sacred spaces in the space where danger is incumbent. So sacred spaces, whether they're physical or virtual, where you can express yourself, celebrate, and brainstorm. When we unite, we not only share the workload, we also multiply our resilience. All right, so closing remarks. Activism, goal attainment is a lifelong commitment. It's about standing up for our people, speaking truth to power, and igniting change. Yet the fire we carry inside must be tended to carefully. Overwork and burnout can diminish our light, undermine our message, and even harm our communities in the long run. By practicing self-care, setting boundaries, resting purposefully, and connecting with supportive networks, we not only preserve ourselves, we empower our mission. Self-care is community care. Self-care is community care. Self-care is community care. Because when each of us is well, our collective strength amplifies. As the Messiah said, that question when they meet up in the morning, and how are the children? All the children are well, is the response. So with due regard to our aims, our objectives, our goals, our families, our communities, our nation, our people, it begins with us. That space within you. Setting those boundaries, prioritizing tasks, and being right within the spirit and the truth. So thank y'all for coming to Self-Care Sundays again, wherever you're listening from. Make sure you go to www.youtube.com/Do the Knowledge Radio. It's your brother Knowledge Born Alive. Signing off on this Self-Care Sunday. Remember, staying balanced and healthy is the key to serving our people with longevity and passion. Until next time, keep doing the knowledge, keep healing, keep rising.
Scientists study the rhesus monkeys near the eastern countries. Greece for Caesars and Egypt for mummies. She takes a sip of honey, the queen bee hides the hive amongst the trees. The monks roll up leaves, harvest rice and tea on the donkey. Flower nectar
Lotus, they notice bees hungry. The powder's measured and put in grams in Pakistan. It's stacked in brand and placed upon a caravan. Ancient is the fallow lands and Bantus with a camel stand. They take samples and light candles and gamble, mouth rambling. The taboo of tattoos of Heru on Tamu. Angel Gabriel, Canon Abel, the ring and chain appraisal. Prayer, holy air up the nasal. Ointment, sage roots, and basil. My acupuncture, my voodoo doll, pins and Jesus. Dead bleeding from the crucifix holes I hold. Let his blood drip in the bowl. I keep flicking his skull. Then I pick and pinch in his bulge. Then fill the dish with some cloves. Rosemary's in the foot of a crow. Cat's tongue, I'm the black one. Before my raps come, these are my actions. Each stall I pack them with bat crumbs and pour it in my pen before I begin. These are my origins. Deadly four sins of the horsemen. The Philistines, the guillotine, cut off their foreskins. Saul and David were still the kings. Atheists hold crosses. I'm lawless when writing, flawless, tortured, Horus when rhyming. Rigor mortis outlining with white chalk, lights off. Priest with the mic cross, killer let the knife talk. Leave you on the sidewalk. The ghost rides the white horse. The rat dies from nighthawks. Unholy ceremony begins, light the torch. The corpse, the seance, white paper, black crayons. The path to the graveyard, the mass under the quasars. The heavens clash with hell. Gravity propels, the mountains lift up as well as the storms fell. Flip a coin, heads or tail on Jezebel. Crucifixions or better nails. Lucifer Christians, the undead dwells. Eyes closed so that the Bible and said spells. He likes his wine red and grells. He held, her eyes were white like the pearls from an oyster shell. When I write it's like show and tell. Israelites in the oldest realm. The 60 life with co-and-tell. Bro, chariots of fire follow my flow. With winged angels each direction arching their bows. I get dark as they go. Black cherubim strumming harps get exposed. They come apart into priest fold. Me and the beat becomes one soul. Then I fade into light while waving the mic. Witness the sun scroll. Written in my pineal pen. No beginning, no end. Helen's only begotten that came from the wind. I'm Houdini into Kundalini. I lift my beanie, there's a blue genie. Next to godliness, too cleanly but true kingly. Priest, Absu, Anu, or Inky too. I'm just an MC. KP, the corpse, the seance. White paper, black crayons. The path to the graveyard, the mass of the quasars.
Alone to raise the babies. You used to work hard for the ladies.
without this book, and let me explain why. Voices of the Diaspora, written by Knowledge Born Allah, takes you through countless and countless different blacks. From our scholars, our warriors, our great sisters, and even entrepreneurs. It speaks to the past, the present, and the future. There's even an action plan for us that are serious about businesses that we wanted to take on. Entrepreneurship is one of the first things that he speaks about. And if you're an avid reader, this is a 5-part series. So this is not only a great resource for ourselves, it's a great resource for us as parents. We can teach it and incorporate it into our lesson plans for our children.
Knowledge born. What's the science, baby?
Yeah. Now we gonna tell them. Night in front. We tell them like this, yo. I'm an African. I'm a African. I'm an African. I'm a African. Yeah, y'all like that? No more. This man's mind is open. I'm an African. I'm a African. I'm an African. I'm a. Let's get back to the
motive is best developed by recognizing the common enemy.